So a continuation of my painting. Here I've taken some dark grey, added a bit of matte medium with it, and I'm getting a bit of shape into the painting, trying to make it into a composition instead of just a series of chucking paint around and messing about and stuff like that. Although I've painted the top bit already, I'm not happy with it, so now I'm trying to turn it into a composition. So I'm going to keep painting like this into with a dark grey, Payne's grey I think it is, Liquitex Payne's grey, and I water it down a bit when I need to, load up the brush, and as you can see there's a few kind of bird type shapes coming out here. That's probably what I've got on my mind. It's kind of having fun, this really. Working quickly, big brush, seeing what you've got comes out of my subconscious, and I think perhaps it's I'm thinking about lockdown and the pandemic and stuff like that. I think probably because everybody is, and so and also the Southwest Academy exhibition was supposed to be about that, but all my paintings so far this year have been jolly paintings, like from the garden and the sunshine and all that, and the chance of sort of working all the time and not having to do anything else. And now I'm kind of thinking about doing something different. I think probably the apocalypse and the animals taking they're taking the world back for themselves when we all die of viruses and stuff like that. Anyway, this is all good fun, and I'm sure it'll all change by the time the painting's finished. So this is quick work, really, doing this kind of stuff, and it's kind of trying to make a bit of sense of what I've been doing so far in the painting, because I started off by chucking a bit of paint around, some water and some matte medium, and sponging it off and then washing it down and messing about in many sort of ways until I let it dry and see what I got. That was after I'd painted a toad to begin with, which now has completely disappeared, except I think there's a bit of its eye still up there in the top of the painting. Right. It's getting darker and darker. All this will be coloured eventually, I hope, depending on how I feel about it. Right, left hand side. Got to have something happening here as well. Things kind of appear to me as I paint. I mean, that's the advantage of not having a plan. If I start off with a sketch or a drawing, then everything is boring. Whereas if it happens on the canvas, everything is interesting. And if it's boring to paint, it's certainly going to be boring to look at. And now I've got a bit of white, titanium white. Load up the brush, paint bits, lighter bits, and then I can kind of see what the eventual thing is going to look like. Looks a bit science fiction-y at the moment, but I don't think it's going to look like that in the end, but you never know. It's amazing how fine, how detailed you can work with a good big flat brush. I always buy the cheapest ones because they wear out and stuff, and you go through loads of brushes. I mean, I do wash them out all the time, especially the big ones. You have to wash them out with soap and water with acrylic paint, because if they dry and you have to soften them up again, it never really works. And I like to chuck away the old worn ones. I know lots of people have a big bin with all their old brushes because they might go back to them if they want a particular kind of effect, but with me, I like new brushes. So I just get a whole load, and then when they wear out, I get another one. So more white gets a bit of perspective, as it looks like it's going to be some kind of landscape. And I'm painting out all the crap that I did on top that I don't like. You know, it's you know, the Virgin Mary up there in the top, on the top left. Get rid of her. She might peek through for the, you know, at the end, but you never know. I don't doubt if she will. Whoops, gone over the wrong bit. I have to wipe it off with a bit of tissue. Yeah, I don't want to go over the snout of that ant-eatery type, birdy type thing there. Looks like that one will stay. Right. Paint out the Made in blue, eh? And here you can see the sort of stuff I've done, what I've done so far, messing around, painting out the top a bit. You can still see a bit of it because it's, I think, part of a buzzard skull. I've got a few bird skulls that I use, and there's a nice front end view of the buzzard skull up on the top left that I think I'll keep in. And now it's time to put a bit of colour in. So I've got this, I'm going for a light blue, which is, I don't know, it's a sort of turquoisey blue with a bit of white in it. And I like it because it, you know, it's kind of, because it's light. It's because it's got white in it, over paint's alright, and I don't want it. It's not a glaze. It's just to get a bit of colour in. But as I'm painting it, actually, I decided I'm going to go a little way with it just to see what it's going to look like. But I don't like the colour; it's too turquoisey. It needs to be a cooler blue than that. Not a greeny blue. It needs to be a sort of bit more reddy blue. So I'll probably do a bit of cobalt or something. Cobalt and white. Although at the moment I'm very keen on Prussian blue, because I've got a big tube of it, you know, it's got to be used up. Don't want it to go to waste. So I might mix up a blue with Prussian blue. If if you have an almost dry brush and you go over stuff with a colour like this, it kind of makes a lacy effect on the canvas. Well, it's not canvas, it's a linen. It's quite a coarse linen.